If someone can hear me, sorry for this intro. Cool, seems to be working. Awesome. So let's talk about parallel compression. Um, if you don't know what it is, it's essentially sending something to a bus um, and getting it back to your mix. But I'm actually getting ahead of myself. Um, First of all, the band we're going to listen to is a band called Jauska. They're from Leicester here in the UK. A band is a band I worked with some months ago, um, and they're a really cool psychedelic punk rock band. Real pleasure to work with. Um, and we're gonna listen to one of the songs we tracked. And we used a great studio in Manchester called Eve Studios, I believe. Really cool place. And actually, before we get into the mix here, I want to tell you about a free guide you can download right away. It's called Three Tested Ways to Increase Your Client Base, and it's for home studio owners or freelancers, or if you work in a studio, whatever. It's a guide to help you get more clients. In this guide, you can learn my tested email script of how to increase your client base. First of all, um, it's also you can learn how to get clients offline, and you can learn how to get clients offline and online, and how to earn more money as well. This is a free guide. Just enter your email. The link is below. Check it out. But now, let's go over to this session here. So, parallel compression. I mentioned it in the beginning. It's essentially, well, in this case, we're going to use drums, but it is essentially sending a couple of tracks or any track to a bus, like I've done here. My bus is called K plus S Crush. This goes to that bus, which goes to a plugin, comes back. It goes to this track here, the yellow track. It comes back, and I blend it back in. The plugin I'm using on this particular parallel compression bus is a DBX 160. A super cool compressor, awesome tone. I love it. I'm actually using two of them on this particular drum set. Um, but that's it for the explanation. So yeah, you send it to a bus, you blend it back with the original signal, so you can have one signal being compressed, one signal being uncompressed, and you get some cool results. Um, but so before we get into why you should use it, let me show you first how it sounds essentially. So let me just play you a couple of bars, and you can see how it sounds. And this is with parallel compression on the kick and snare plus the whole drum kit. So here we go. Let's listen. So that was with the parallel compression. I'll just take it out real quick. Actually, both of these. Let me play you again. So that's without. I don't know if you noticed a change. Let me take this back. Put this back in. So yeah, I don't know if you noticed a change, but let's delve into the details of what it does, and then it might be easier to know what it does. So here I have some kicks and some snares. I recorded also a parallel compression whilst tracking this. There's a blend of all these. So there's two mics on the kick in, kick out. There's two on the snare, top, bottom, and then there is a parallel compression as well, and there's a parallel compression on the kick. But we're going to add some more parallel compression because it's awesome. So let me just solo the kick and the snare, and then I show you this kick and snare bus. And this was actually inspired by Andrew Sheps, who we all love for his awesome mixes. And I learned this trick from his Pure Mix video, actually, and I'm using it ever since. And it's awesome, honestly. So let's just solo the kick and the snare drum. without the parallel compression. And what I want you to focus on is the length of the snare drum and the length of the kick drum. And then when I put it back in, focus on those and see what happens, what changes. So let's try without parallel compression. With. Without. With. I know they also get louder, but if you can see beyond the loudness difference, can you tell that there's a difference in the length of the kick drum and the length of the snare drum? Let's listen to it again and focus on the length of those two, because that's what we're trying to achieve here with the parallel compression. By adding length, by adding fatness, essentially, because fatness, if you think about it, is length, is sustain. If you have a synth, if you increase the release time, it gets fatter. So we're trying to do the same thing here, actually. So without, let's do it again. So without parallel compression, then I'm going to add it back in. So have a look at where my mouse is. And you see this yellow track here get muted and unmuted. Let's check it. So quite a big difference, right? So that's the magic of parallel compression. You can do all this sort of stuff to any instrument. It doesn't have to be drums, although we're using drums in this case. Then I'm also using another parallel chain here from my drum sub group, so to speak. I'm sending just a copy of the full drum kit. It goes to another bus again. And it comes back to my drum fat track here. Another DBX. Again, love DBX. So let's listen to it with the whole kit and add in the other drum, parallel drum chain, buzz, whatever you want to call it. So let's listen to the full kit instead of just the kick drum and snare drum. So here we go. There's no parallel compression on the kick and snare, and there's no parallel compression on the whole kit. So let's start there. With parallel compression. Without. Also, listen to how the whole drum kit is feeling. When I add the parallel compression, the whole thing just dances. It grooves a lot more. And that's also an awesome thing with the parallel compression, is you can make stuff more rhythmic. You can make them feel more danceable, which is awesome for drums, of course. So that's the power of parallel compression. And also, you don't need to do it only to add length to something. You can do it to add more attack. And usually how you would set that up, I haven't set up for this particular drum mix, but what I would do is I have my bus here actually. I'm using the CLA 1176. Usually to add more attack, you want the slowest attack possible because you want to let the most of the attack through the compressor before it starts to compress it. And then I have the fastest release just so you want to get rid of it. Also makes it more snappier because it comes, adds some snappiness, then it leaves, and then does it again for whatever crosses the threshold, so to speak. So that's how you can do to add more attack to a drum kit. But it took me a while actually to learn that to add fatness, you want to add length, not snappiness or attackiness, so to speak. That was a big difference I saw. Well, I learned throughout the years that fat drums usually means more length to the instrument, and that can be done with parallel compression, as you've heard. Um, and you can do this many various ways. It doesn't have to be how Andrew Sheps does it. It can be how Vance Powell does it. He does it cool as well. I think he does it what I did for this session when I recorded it, which was I recorded it um, using parallel compression while recording. So I recorded an actual DBX compressor here. And for the snare drum, we used an 1176, which you can see right there. So that's another flavor. You get other tones using different compressors, all that. So you can do a lot of fun stuff with parallel compression. You can do it with the guitars. Do you want fatter guitars? Add the same thing to guitars, or a bass, whatever. Vocals, perfect vocals, to make them fatter, more forward as well. But that's why you should use parallel compression. And if you have any questions on the topic, leave them in the comments below, please, and I answer them the best way I can. And I think that's it for this video. And also, before you leave, please leave a rating, or maybe you can't leave a ratings on YouTube. That's Apple Podcast. But yeah, leave a comment. Check out the free guide, 3 tested ways to increase your client base. It's for home studio owners or freelancers who work in a studio and you want to increase your client base. In this guide, you can learn my tested email script. You can how to contact bands online, and how to find clients in real life, so to speak, and how to get clients coming back for more. So 3 valid, cool steps you can take right now to start getting more clients. Check it out. It's free. Link below. Also, check out the band Jauska. Their new album, which we worked on, should hopefully come out at some point. I don't know exactly when, but soon. I think that's it for this live stream. I'm actually going to go live on Thursday as well. We're going to talk about some Master Buzz stuff, some of the stuff I have here on my Master Buzz, essentially. If you have any question about that, leave them below as well. But that's it for this live stream. I'll see you guys on Thursday.